When I talk to you about Paul Scholes, what's the first sort of memory that comes into your mind as when you kind of first had him on your radar?
As soon as I became England manager, it hadn't been in the squad, but I earmarked him and Bex actually straight away to be brought in, straight away, because what I'd seen of him, he was just top quality, and he then continued that for the next 15 years after whatever it was. I think you were about 21, but he had everything. Paul, you know, I've gone on record of saying this guy sitting next to me is everyone says to me, who's the best player you've coached, blah blah blah. It's Paul. I say Paul. He had one thing that I think that he had to improve on, and it wasn't much really. I forever was trying to get him to stand on his feet, not see the red mist, and because you could see he wanted to win the ball, and he went in sometimes. I'm thinking he's going to get sent off a few times. That was the only problem he had as a player. If that's your only weakness, then you got a chance. So he was excellent. His technique was second to none.
Absolute dream. I mean, when I first played for Man United, first went there, I used to play up front. And now people talk about the number 10 and all that. Scholes was doing that when I first went to Man United, just dropping that little hole in there. And then when he became a midfield player, people say, Paul Scholes can't play midfield. Can't play midfield. He could play anywhere. He could play fly keeper, left back. I mean, and then when England were playing him out of position, like playing him on the left wing and all that, you can't play something like that. Paul Scholes on the left. It's a dream. Absolute dream. And I love playing with him.
Are there any current or former players you wish you could have played with?
Paul Scholes.
Hey, tell him that as well.
We had Paul Scholes was better than Steven Gerrard.
I was just about to say the next one would have been right behind it, very close, Stevie G. I have to go with Paul Scholes. And I love Stevie G, but I have to go with Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes was just ahead in his head. He was making them tick. He was making Man United tick. Every time we were playing them, we needed to find a way to stop him.
He's just
no,
it's a great finish to the show. I mean, we finished Scholesy.
No, it's true. And I think Stevie G comes really close to him. But Paul Scholes will have to help.
Steven Gerrard, you know.
I just think that there's something I always say. You guys in England are, I think, on paper, the best midfield in the world at one point.
Why do we keep getting beat then?
I don't know. I will ask you a question.
You don't like to do that, Thierry. We've got to finish here.
I'm just saying, Paul Scholes.
If you had to pick out just one player, although they're a fantastic team like you, who do you think could be dangerous?
Manchester?
Yes.
Paul Scholes. I would like to have this player with us. Maybe he sees some doubts and he thinks about before to retire, to make a good experience in the foreign country. Would like to have
player. I chose Paul Scholes. I think he's one of the most underestimated players, I think, in the world when he played. And I always said, you know, if there's one player who can play easily with Barcelona, you know, with the small possession and playing in small spaces, and then it's Paul Scholes. Maybe it's because of himself, because he didn't like the press, you know, he didn't want to have all the attention. But I think if you see him play, it looks so easy.
It's brilliant football, though, that. The one touch.
When we played you guys, we were scared of Scholes. He always wanted the ball in any situation. Yeah. That's why I always said to people that Scholes or Scholesy, how you would like to call him, was magnificent.
Paul Scholes, I think, you know, I played with Paul for about 16, you know, the under 16s, England, yeah. So
was he good? Was he that good then?
Yeah, he's a top player all the way through. We used to, you know, he's Man United when I was at Tottenham. Then Arsenal, but proper kind of Manchester through and through. I think he gets into a lot of teams. Yeah. Probably one of the best midfielders through player-wise, best midfielders, but didn't really get the recognition through the media-wise. Yeah. But you know, he's definitely up there.